Is that supposed to be Michigan's logo?
Yeah, it's an old school Wolverine.
Oh, cool. I didn't know. 7:30. Number 2 Michigan at Michigan State, or is it versus?
I don't know.
Where's this game being played?
I think it's at Michigan State.
Michigan 24.5 point favorite. Total 48. Michigan State is
awful,
dude. So I took them money line last week against Rutgers. They were 5.5 point underdog.
Why?
They were winning the game like considerably all game, and then they just melted down the stretch and lost. It was like a +2 something thing. So I was like,
that's fair.
So, anyways, they should have won the game, but they didn't. And I just wonder where the headspace is in Michigan State, man. Like, you lose your coach. They haven't won a game since he's been gone. Maybe you like rallied the troops last week and it was a winnable game, and you still lost the lead. I just don't. And Michigan has just been beating everyone they play by a billion.
Everyone.
I don't know how Michigan State can hang here. So I'll come up with a score, but I got Michigan covering the spread of 24.5.
Yeah, Vegas has been really good with Michigan because they haven't, like, early on in games, like Michigan has been dominant early on in games on both sides of the ball, but especially in defense. They've just been, they haven't played anybody. They have the 112th ranked strength of schedule in the country. And they haven't really gone away from home or anything like that. I love the fact this is like a perfect start getting you into the season now, and you should be because it's fucking week 8, Michigan. But like rivalry game, this is like these two don't like each other. It is like kind of like a bitter rivalry, but I think it's a perfect little warm up because you got Penn State coming down, in a week or so. And then obviously Ohio State at the end of the season, but they've been playing really well. And I think they got a wake-up call from the Bowling Green game when McCarthy threw those 3 picks. They've just been executing on every phase of the game very well. Like they were playing Indiana and they gave up a touchdown in the first quarter. And I thought what was crazy about that was that Indiana's actual point total for the first half was 0.5. Like Vegas was saying they weren't going to score at all. They scored on the first drive of the game, got a busted play, and Michigan beat them 52-7. So there's that. This game, I think that any chance Harbaugh can like take to defend his teams, I think he's starting to really own that job. I feel like at that position, and that sounds weird because he's like in year 8 or 9 or whatever it is, but like he's starting to do stuff that I hate to say is like what actual successful coaches outside of the Big Ten do, and getting rid of some like the shitty the tough non-conference games, like going to bat for your team, like running up the score a little bit, like all these things. I think they win. I don't know if they put up if they win by more than 24. I just don't know what Michigan State can do. I don't consistently, right? So I think Michigan wins. I'll say they cover the spread and say 41-14.
Damn it! That was my exact score.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can I tell you one very brief, another little history lesson here about this trophy, because it's the Paul Bunyan Trophy.
Okay.
I've never understood why there's not just one but multiple Paul Bunyan themed trophies in this conference. Paul Bunyan's. When I first read that, I was wondering if I was the idiot and maybe Paul Bunyan was real. He's not. Paul Bunyan is not a real person, and there are 2 Paul Bunyan themed trophies. Just need you to think about that. Okay, just think about that. If somebody made like a Mickey Mouse trophy, or Goofy or whatever, it's basically the same thing. Anyway, this game, they've played it forever. They decided that in 1954 they were going to, 53 they were going to make a trophy, and they did it because the vibrant and major lumber producing state that Michigan is. That's always the first thing I think about when I think of Michigan is how much lumber they produce. So they went with a Paul Bunyan wooden trophy that's 4 feet tall, and then sits. By the way, this is what it looks like. He's just sitting out here showing off his dick to everybody. Look at this.
Look at that. He's posted up.
He's just flaunting it. This trophy definitely has the biggest dick energy of any other trophy in the country. It stands on a 5-foot tall platform. So it's essentially 9 feet tall. That's egregious. It's way too much. Anyway, I just want to get into this one thing about how they really love these traditions, Tyler, because they will tell you that to their blue in the face. And this is how much they love these traditions. When they gave the trophy in 1953, the very first year of the trophy, Michigan won. And I'm sorry, Michigan State won, and they refused to display it anywhere and take it home with them. The following year, the trophy was left on the field for an hour and a half after the game because neither team wanted to claim it, and Michigan especially didn't want to claim it. So they said, we'll find a place for it later. Then they put it into an equipment locker inside the stadium where no one could see it. Despite winning 54-55, Michigan did not put any of the scores on the trophy at all. Michigan State won in 56 and then did it for them.
There you go.
Which is very nice sportsmanship. They engraved it on there. They won it for the next 8 years and 11 on the next 12, blah, blah, blah. In 1958, the game ended in a tie, and Michigan State was, quote, so embarrassed they didn't win. They again refused to keep the trophy, but then Michigan also refused to keep the trophy. So it just sat in limbo, I don't know where, for a full year. And I think Lloyd Carr says it best. You talk about how much you love these traditions. Former Michigan coach said, and I quote, "It is the ugliest trophy in college football."
How sweet.